there's something special happening on those Bitcoin charts, causing many people to question, is this just a short-term BTC rally, or is the bottom in for Bitcoin? What's up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Thanks for cruising through. Let's just jump into the Bitcoin video. This is Bitcoin on the daily chart. It is something special happening. There's actually something special happening on this daily chart. There's something special happening on the weekly chart. I'm going to talk about that. This is a very important week, a weekly candle for Bitcoin. And I want to backtrack. Something special happening on this Bitcoin chart, because guess why? It's because something special happening on this chart. This is S&P 500 equity markets, everybody. This is where it stems from. We have to keep a close eye on traditional markets. We've been talking about the fact that commercial hedgers, which give really good insight into just bullish reversals, they're buying. And these are people that are directly attached and involved in these different sectors in traditional markets, and they're bullish right now. So this is S&P 500 index. So what's special happening? This current daily candle above the 50-day moving average in blue. That's a big move. We're waiting to see if, and there could be some short-term retracement back down to the 20-day moving average down here, but we're waiting to see if this 20-day moving average can get pulled up for a cross below or above the blue line, the 50-day moving average. This will potentially equate to this kind of longer-term rally, this longer-term bounce, and we have to monitor what that turns into. But a couple points here on this article, Bitcoin holding firm, have cryptos really hit their bottom? That's the question on a lot of people's mind. You know, we saw what's happened in recent weeks in terms of Bitcoin. You see this weekly wick all the way back here in mid-June. It was crazy, and we're cruising up on the weekly chart. It's like, well, what is this? Is this a short-term rally? Or is Bitcoin really like has it put in its bottom all the way back there in mid-June? Couple points to note. Bitcoin has followed the S&P 500 and NASDAQ lower in recent months as investors have fretted over the risk of recession. And that's the point, everybody. Facing the highest inflation in decades, the Federal Reserve has already moved aggressively to tighten monetary policy and raise interest rates. That's the point. What is going to happen month after month, and how will sentiment react to this news? Are markets becoming numb? Is it already priced in, all of this? It's going to happen maybe for the next few months, right? As inflation does eventually top out, however that might look like. Is all that fear attached to it? Is it already priced in? Have people already prepared their minds mentally for even just a couple months? And if that's the case, markets could go up during this time. Wall Street is enjoying a positive risk-on mood. That is good news for cryptos. And if Bitcoin continues to stabilize here over the next 2 weeks, the crypto winter could be over. And this is true. We want to see the continuation of traditional markets. Here's S&P 500 chart. But Bitcoin right now, check this out on the weekly. We're getting this uptick, and it's directly attached to equity markets. But this is what we're looking at. This is a special chart on the weekly. This is a 200-week moving average. Bitcoin just above it right now as I do this video. This is a very big deal. Keep in mind, there's 5 days, 6 hours left of the Bitcoin weekly candle that we're in. That 200-week moving average in red right there. It is around $22,700. Bitcoin is just directly above it. Bitcoin could close this week below that area. It is the absolute biggest thing that I am watching right now for Bitcoin. And I just did a video about this yesterday, I believe it was, in my Bitcoin update, talking about Bitcoin in the last bear market low all the way back here in 2018 to the bull market high down to this Fibonacci area. This is a Fibonacci macro retracement area. Here's a 786 of that Fibonacci. Bitcoin wicking to that area, now consolidating between that area and the 200-week moving average. The reason why it is so critical to me, it is the most valuable data point in Bitcoin macro charts, is because Bitcoin consolidated between these two areas, the 786 and the 200-week moving average, in the last bear market low, 2018, and even in the 2015 bear market formation low. So we're potentially doing this for a third consecutive time. And if the bear market formation is in effect, and if this was the bear market low, I don't know yet. Nobody does. That's the point. This would be incredible data. But again, we're going to track that case, right? This is the case, this whole entire area being this consolidation area for the bottom, Bitcoin bottom formation. And it starts with how this weekly candle closes. Will there be a resistance here? This is what we talked about, I believe, in yesterday's video. Bitcoin made a similar move up to the 786, kind of looking like a short-term rally, and get pulled back down for a higher low at the 200-week moving average. So it's something similar in play for Bitcoin. This is what I'm going to be watching. But again, on the daily chart, 50-day moving average, short-term resistance. We can keep an eye on that to see if Bitcoin is going to, even on the short term, 5 hours, 45 minutes left as I do this video, to see how this daily candle closes. Interesting to note, Ethereum kind of, and this over the years, just doing crypto analysis, it's not just Ethereum. It's just when you see an altcoin doing something special above and versus markets, we've seen Cardano do it. In recent years, I tracked Litecoin doing it a lot, kind of leading the way. Altcoins do this a lot. They kind of give hints to the rest of the crypto markets. So Ethereum already breaking above this 50-day moving average and getting some separation from that area, right? If we look at the 50-day moving average where Ethereum is right now, even after kind of a red candle, 18% above and separate from the 50-day moving average. That's kind of a big deal in terms of that separation. And that's just great. I have a call coming in and I don't have my do not disturb on. Sorry about that. Point being, we go over here to the daily chart. Bitcoin, is it getting ready to kind of do a similar move, maybe in the 10-20% separation, kind of as Ethereum is seen? If that's the case, guess what? We could be looking at a 25 all the way up to $28,000 Bitcoin before kind of a more midterm pullback. So we're going to see if Bitcoin kind of tracks in that regard and follows Ethereum. Now, I really want to say this. If you're out there right now, everybody, and just as a crypto content creator, for me personally, this is my experience, and this happened in the last bear market. Creating content, I see engagement just kind of lessen, and I see a lot of people leave the space. It's very much directly reflected in my stats, right? In my views that I'm getting and comments, even on Twitter. And I just want to say this, shout out to you, everybody. If you're still out there, if you're trying to navigate your way through these crypto markets, you're trying to navigate your way, trying to figure out how to approach Bitcoin, because this is a very interesting, crazy mental journey that we're on, this crypto space. And tying in the financial aspect of things and trying to make decisions for our lives, it gets crazy, right? It gets a little bit stressful because nobody does know what's going to happen next. So just props to you. Shout out to you. Keep just plugging away out there. I appreciate you being on this journey because that's what it is. It's my crypto journey as well. I'm tracking with you. I'm tracking the data with you. I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. We are just straight up tracking these charts together, trying to figure it out, trying to find the way through the bear market currently for Bitcoin. So I appreciate you cruising by. Hit the subscribe, hit the like. Let's track these data points on these Bitcoin charts. Let's see what happens next. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.